Boris Johnson's latest Brexit move has sparked the fury of Tory MP Sir Roger Gale, who claimed someone like Dominic Cummings might be to blame for the hand grenade internal market bill tabled by the government. The bill, tabled on Wednesday, aims at scuppering the UK's obligations under the Brexit withdrawal agreement signed with the EU. Talking to Talk Radio, Sir Roger claimed he would not be surprised to find out the idea to break international law to push the EU for a free trade agreement came from someone like Dominic Cummings, the Prime Minister's special advisor. Asked whether he believed the Prime Minister's move was just a hand grenade thrown into the negotiations, he replied, "I wouldn't be remotely surprised if someone not a million miles away from Dominic Cummings said, 'How about this for an idea, Prime Minister?' And the Prime Minister said, 'Oh, that's a jolly wheeze, let's do it. It will really rub them up the wrong way. That's not the way this should be done. This is a key moment in international negotiations in which we have a lot of skin in the game and a very serious interest. Now is not the moment to take out a pin out of a grenade and play games.'" Boris Johnson is facing growing unrest among Tory MPs deeply unhappy at the threat to undermine Britain's traditional support for the international rule of law. The former Chancellor Lord Lamont said the government was in a terrible mess and warned the UK internal market bill would not get through the Lords in its present form. In the Commons, senior Conservatives are tabling an amendment to the bill which they said would limit the powers it gave to ministers in relation to the withdrawal agreement. The row erupted as the latest round of trade talks, also taking place in London, ended on Thursday with both sides acknowledging that significant differences remain. Talks on a post-Brexit trade deal with the EU are hanging in the balance after Brussels demanded the UK abandon plans to override key elements of the withdrawal agreement. At a stormy meeting in London on Thursday, the Cabinet Office Minister Michael Gove insisted the government could not and would not drop measures in legislation tabled earlier this week. It prompted European Commission Vice President Maros Sefcovic to accuse the UK of an extremely serious violation of international law, putting the ongoing trade talks in jeopardy. Despite the tensions, Britain's negotiator Lord Frost said there had been useful exchanges and talks would resume next week in Brussels, although he warned that there were still a number of challenging areas. Mr. Johnson has set a deadline of October 15 for an agreement to be reached, otherwise he has said he will simply walk away from the negotiating table.